Hey, you guys are watching Proof Weight Loss Surgery Works, and I am your Friday vlogger, Leanna. Hot mess status. Just got done with the gym. And yeah, so anyways, this week's topic is, what do you say when asked, how did you lose so much weight? Oh, so weight loss surgery is how you did it. My sister has a friend whose sister had surgery and they gained all their weight back. Will you? Okay. So I am, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, I don't know, 4.5 years post-op. So I rarely still get asked, you know, like, oh my gosh, like, you lost so much weight, how did you do it? Because either, you know, that was 3 years ago, or, you know, people didn't know me back then. Oh, look at that flab. Ooh. Anyways, I'm working on it, okay? So, or like, yeah, like I said, like, people didn't know I was, you know, 230 pounds, you know, to begin with. So unless, like, somebody hasn't seen me in a really long time, then, you know, I kind of get the initial, like, are you who I think you are? Like, I'm pretty sure, but you used to be heavy. Like, but they don't want to ask, right? So let me just kind of get into the question. How did you lose so much weight? I am very hesitant to tell people I had weight loss surgery. That's just me personally. I don't tell anybody I had weight loss surgery unless I know them well. I just don't come out and say it. And so I tell people diet, exercise, I count my calories, and that's how I lost weight. It's extremely difficult. It's not easy. I struggle mentally with food. So, you know, it's as simple as that. And, you know, if I get to know somebody better or whatnot, you know, then I will explain to them that I have a lap band. And, because other than that, random people, to me, don't need to know, you know. And the reason why I will tell friends and family is just because the issues that do come with a lap band, while eating with me, you know, to, you know, they have a better understanding. Oh, so you had weight loss surgery, was the second question. And to the, you know, few people I have just, you know, told it, I don't know. It's kind of like, I do feel like I have to explain myself when I tell somebody I had weight loss surgery. And, you know, a lot of people don't necessarily understand the lap band and what exactly it does. So I go into, you know, having to explain that. And, you know, I also, you know, go into, you know, just because I had weight loss surgery doesn't mean that, you know, especially with a lap band, I can't, you know, if I have no restriction, I can eat anything and everything, you know, I can still eat cookies and ice cream and those slider foods and, you know, stuff like that makes you gain weight, you know. So I feel like I have to do this long explanation of stuff. You know, my mama said this. Oh, my friend had a friend who had surgery and she gained all her weight back. And, like, I'm so surprised you haven't gained all your weight back, which I am up in weight. And, you know, it's kind of like, you also have to think about it like this, you know, just because you had weight loss surgery, you know, I would say the first 2, maybe even 3 years, you know, it's new, and it's, you know, you really, really, really have to create and embed these, like, life-changing habits. And if you don't, then it's so easy to go back, you know. And And I've really struggled the last year and the last, maybe 9 months especially, since I had my lap band removed and replaced. I had, gained about 10 pounds after having my tummy tuck breast augmentation. And then I was really getting somewhere. I was getting back to, where I was pre, tummy tuck. And then I had a leak in my band. So then I had to have it replaced. And for some reason I was thinking, okay, I did it, and I don't need restriction. Well, what is it? 9 months later, I'm realizing I need the restriction. Like I need restriction. That's why I have a lap band, because I need the restriction. And, I hadn't seen my doctor since November, and I've been really, once I got up to, I think, my band was previously at, I think, 11 cc's, and I have a 14 cc Allergan lap band, and it was like I wanted to do this at 9 cc's. I wanted, that to be restriction, 9 cc's. And my surgeon, I went and saw him this last week, and he was just like, why are you set on 9 cc's? Why are you set on, oh my gosh, I was at 9.5, and that was just like panic, why, if you don't have restriction, you don't have restriction. And he was just like, your body was used to, or is used to, your stomach is now, it kind of is used to that. So, I went up to 10 cc's, and, I'm really starting to feel, some restriction now. And it's kind of like I was trying to do this on my own, and it's like, well, I had weight loss surgery for a reason, and I believe I've gotten completely off topic. So kind of, going back here, when people ask how I lost so much weight, I really tell them the truth. Diet, exercise, count my calories. I weigh out all of my food, and then, the people who I, have told that I had weight loss surgery, is kind of few and far between. Not very, I don't just come out and say it. And people say like, oh, well, whoever I know have had surgery gain all their weight back. And to that, I tell them that, you have to make this a lifestyle. You have to make life-changing, life-altering, ways of living in order for this to stick. Because, it's embedded in you for however many years prior to weight loss surgery, and those are hardcore embedded in you habits to break, and so it's interesting, to see you get so relaxed, 4 or 5 years post-op, that, sometimes you don't want to be on your toes all day, every day. And you let yourself kind of relax, and you have that sweet, or you have that hamburger or whatever. And then it turns into, almost can be a spiral effect if you're not careful. So, I can see where it's very easy that, people, even with weight loss surgery, gain their weight back. So, yeah, that's what I have to say on the topic, and I'll see you guys next week.